We got 5 minutes to tell people what's going on in the world.
We should probably introduce ourselves. I'm Randy Fleming.
Oh, yes, and I'm Gord Friesen.
I love Mission Local.
And I love Mission National and Global.
There you go. I was recently asked to speak at a Multiply conference for church planters and pastors across Canada. And one of the things that just really impacted me was the way in which God is networking churches together for greater impact. And in fact, some churches that had gone through significant transitions, even crises, have called out to God and just experienced not just rebirth, revival, but multiplication. And so I just see God bringing churches out of challenging situations, and in desperation, God births vision that actually doesn't just solve the problem, but actually multiplies that church and its ministry in all kinds of ways. And that really, really encouraged me.
Yeah, that's so cool. For some of you that may not know, the C2C network and the MB Mission network is now a thing. We've actually merged to one missions agency. Last year, November, in Abbotsford, our Canadian family met and voted 85% in favor of C2C and MB Mission merging. That's why we changed our names. So yes, thank you, Lord, that we are one agency, one organization. And so we keep encouraging each other, think differently. Mission is from everywhere to everywhere. That's why Randy is so involved now in the national ministry in Canada with C2C. November, I had the opportunity to head over to Germany, and I was speaking at our MB conference, the BTG there for 4 days, helping that family of churches think through what does it mean for us as the German MB conference to think about multiplying churches in our country. It's just really exciting times. I think Patrice Nagant, our church planning director in Quebec right now, is in France with the MB team in Paris, cross-pollinating ideas of how can we be more effective back in Quebec, how can we be more effective in France. August, Elton De Silva, our executive director for the MBs in Manitoba, Elton is heading to Brazil to speak with our MB family about planting and multiplying in Brazil. So this idea of, you know, when I watch the Olympic ads and it's like, the world needs more, Canada. I know it might sound egotistical to say the world needs more Canada, and I know Canada needs more of the world, but I think we as a nation have something to offer the nations. And how can we as a family of churches multiply churches and see lost people come to Jesus in our day? Our team have been handing out, while we've been talking, this brochure, and this is something that Randy and I just thought it'd be really good to hand out to you today, which is just the MB church planting story in our nation. So we've kind of, we do a network production of this, of all of the churches within the C2C network interdenominationally, but this brochure is just an in-house, a kind of a family business, if you will, brochure. What's going on in church planting in Canada within the MBs, and how can you pray for our church planters in our day? And I just want to really encourage you to take this brochure home, read it over. There's some great articles about our DNA of mission as a family. There's some great articles about the history of Mennonite Brethren story from our seminary. Bruce Gunther and Brian Cooper wrote a great story in the back couple of pages. But if just with a few minutes, if we could only have a few things to say to you, and that would be, we are praying that the Lord would raise up a new generation of church planters within Ontario for more intensive church planting in the Ontario MB Conference in our day. And we can't just produce church planters out of the sky. They come out of the church. So we're asking you, like leaders, would you pray with us every day at 10:02? The Lord of the harvest would send out workers. I'm praying that whatever happens today at 10:02, somebody will lead us in a prayer based on Luke 10, verse 2. Lord, send workers into the harvest field because the harvest is ripe and the laborers are few. Pray with us, the Lord would send out workers. And then you as pastors and leaders, look around your congregation, find those young people. They might not be ready for the assessment center, but think about an internship program. Last month, Randy and I met with 17 churches from Victoria to Halifax, and 12 of them signed up to take apprentices, interns, that will just work with young people. So you could take someone in your church, we'll send them over to Victoria for a year, we'll send them to Halifax for a year, we'll equip them to be a church planter, and then they can come back to Ontario, plant a church. Our time's up.